Good afternoon. This is day 20, Enhancing My Language Brain blog. Well, I started my day speaking with Thomas Feiner from the EEG-Neurofeedback Institute. And as I said yesterday, we were discussing the results from my meditation last year that I did with neurofeedback. And we were quite fascinated because, you know, in one part of the meditation, you can clearly see how my brain goes into total coherence. And there is this lovely connection how the right and the left hemispheres are communicating with each other. So this is what happens when we go into very deep meditation. And I'm going to put some photos of this after I've spoken here so that you can see that coherence, and you'll be able to see as well some beautiful shots of my brain, bright red, where it's full of power. And I've seemed to have gone into some type of bliss gamma wave, which I know how that feels when I meditate. And, you know, this is the reason for me meditating every single day, because getting into that state really does change the brain, change the focus, and change our perspective of life. And it connects in with what I said yesterday about quietening this prefrontal cortex. Once you've managed to quieten this part of the brain down, and then the subconscious is able to function with tranquility, that's when we really do live in the now, and we're able to focus much more. And I'm really finding that. This is day 20, and I'm finding that it's increasing every single day. I'm feeling happier, quieter, I'm focused. This morning I've done a lot of stuff. Now I've got 2 hours to do some yoga, some meditation, and then I will be working online from 6 o'clock until 9:30, and then the evening will be a little bit more work, and I'm going to start my book today. I know it's ready to come out. It's interesting because accelerated learning seems to also be one of the programs of DARPA, D-A-R-P-A. And I'm going to be looking a little bit into this over the next days because I'm curious about this accelerated learning process. And the one thing Thomas was talking about today was the mitochondria in the brain and how important that is. So that's something else I'm going to be really looking at, because in my normal state readings of my brain, so when I was really not in the meditation, in my normal state last year, there seemed to be a deficit of delta and alpha in certain regions of the brain, which could lead to that question of either trauma imprinted in the brain or a metabolic problem, a mitochondria problem. And we're actually curious, and I'm arranging with Thomas to go and get another reading over the next month, I hope, so that we can really see how my brain has changed in 1 year. And after these 30 days that I've been so focused. And you know, when I started this challenge, there was one gentleman who wrote on my blog and said, "Wow, you want to do all that in 30 days? Are you supernatural?" And it's not about us being supernatural. It's about us finding ourselves again, finding that potential in the brain. And you know, if anybody does think about wanting to be supernatural, there's this wonderful book by Joe Dispenza. Dr. Joe Dispenza is that person who has pioneered the measuring in meditative states, and really his research is phenomenal. So if you're interested to get the very scientific background behind meditation, do have a look at that book. And speaking of books, don't forget that my ebook is on offer from the 16th up until the 19th where it's 99p, and then you've got 2 days on the 19th and 20th where it goes to $1.99, and then after that it's going back to the normal price. So everybody, I have to go. I don't have time because I'm so in my stuff and my brain is so in there. See you tomorrow.